out here this afternoon broad forking some beds. So we had potatoes in these beds that we just harvested this morning. But this year it became pretty evident, especially back here, that we're dealing with some compaction issues. In the past we haven't so much, but I think the combination of just hard rains and we occasionally do tarp, and when you do tarp, especially when there's snow on top of it, it does kind of compact the soil. So we're hoping not to have to do this, but this year we got a broad fork to come through and fork the beds. So what the broad fork does is it gives you that same benefit of introducing oxygen into the soil, just as if you had tilled the soil. But this doesn't invert the layers. So I can show you here. I just push the fork down into the soil, and then I just pry backwards, and it lifts the soil up and kind of creates passages for air to get down into the soil. And so it kind of breaks that compaction layer and allows plant roots then, so when we come back and plant, the plant roots will then will be able to go down as far as this broad fork is able to go, hopefully further. So this is just kind of a means to aerate the soil and still kind of keep the whole no-till or no-dig method going, as far as we're still keeping the soil covered, we're not mixing layers, we still have our compost layer on top, but we're kind of giving the extra boost to the soil life of air and oxygen, and hopefully will give us healthier crops in areas where there's compaction issues. It's kind of pretty hard to get away from all compaction issues with the rains that we can get. We also have tractors and implements going around the garden, so there's that aspect too. So this is just kind of help to keep aeration going in the soil, which is good for plant growth and roots. So it gives you healthier plants and healthier vegetables. So we're doing today, and thank you Treadlite for the broad fork. It seems to work really nice. It's easy. It's easy on the back. Seems like it pushes really easy into the soil. So you just kind of rack it back and forth. Some people go all the way down to the ground, but I'm just looking to kind of lift the soil a little bit. So I pull back as pretty much as far as my arms go, about my waist. I mean, you don't even have to, you could just go like this, which is plenty fine. Just enough to kind of break those layers and create, wherever these tines go down, and I pull back, it creates some air passages. And when I rock it back, it kind of cracks the soil too, to allow air to move down in other places too. So we have very heavy clay soils. So this is kind of a realization that we're going to have to occasionally do. Hopefully not every year, but we might start out every year and see if we can back off maybe every 2-3 years. But compaction is, once your soil's compacted, there's really nothing you can do about it except get it loose. You can put mulch on top of it, and 20 years from now it might be nice and loose, but if you're wanting to grow vegetables in it the next year or two, it takes a little bit of manual aeration. So thanks for watching. Until next time, eat well, live well.